Hey guys, so today we're going to be covering the 5 millionaire habits that truly changed my life. Now, this is not a pretty picture as as most YouTubers make it. I didn't get to this from one day to the other. It was a lot of work and it was very contrary to the way that things started, right? So number one, and you guys might shrug this off, but this is extremely important, is waking up early. Now, again, this was not always the case. I was never really a morning person. So, getting to this point really cost me a lot of work and it wasn't very pleasant, right? So, waking up early, I think is a fundamental way, for you to set up your day for success, right? So if you're waking up, at 12 noon, at 1 o'clock, if you think about it, everyone is given 24 hours in a day, right? So just depending on how you optimize that time really is going to make a long-standing impact throughout your life, right? Because, it might be just a couple of hours one day, but when you multiply it, the rest of your life, think of where you could be, think of where you're at right now, and think where you could be in I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road if you really optimize your time, right? So I start my days around 5:30 or 6 in the morning, right? It usually starts with a different variety of things, right? Which I'll get to here in just a second. But after I get through my morning routine, which we'll cover in a moment, I go through emails. I really organize my way to make sure that, again, my day is truly set up for success. So I think that this is a fundamental aspect of building, truly, good habits that will get you to the financial freedom or your success, whatever that might be, in the near future. The second thing, and again, these might sound very simple, but are extremely important, setting goals. I cannot stress how important it is to make sure you're setting up goals. There is no rhyme or reason for you to wake up early and not know what to do with your day, right? So doing something as simple as just having a notepad with you and just setting your daily goals really will go a long way so you know what you're working towards, right? This is from a daily perspective. I also keep monthly, quarterly, and yearly deliverables. I actually don't even like to call them goals. I know that I need to get to that point. And just setting up goals allows you, to plan the track record to get truly where you want to be. So the third millionaire habit here is reading, right? So who would not want to take the advantage of sitting down with Albert Einstein to speak about astrophysics, right? Who wouldn't want to really take that time to sit down with Steve Jobs, to learn about innovation and product design? Who really wouldn't have the time to sit down with Arnold Schwarzenegger to, learn about bodybuilding, right? We have the power to do this in our hands. And I can't stress out, enough, as to how many people don't take advantage of this, right? So being able to go into the autobiographies, being able to go into a different repertoire of ideas and constructive thinking, just the way that they, have their mental processes lined up. You have access to all of this, within books, right? So I think that, I cannot stress how important it is, to make sure that you are getting all the knowledge that our predecessors have left for us. And, this will be a very strong foundational block, to getting, to where you want to be financially, spiritually, or whatever your journey might take you. The fourth millionaire habit that I think is very, very important, right, is taking the time to start meditation and priming. Now, again, I know a lot of these might sound out there, but these are very, very important. There's been a lot of case scenarios, a lot of CEOs, world leaders, and celebrities that go through all of this, right? And I mentioned them because, some people aspire to be just like them. But this has been something that really has worked out for me a lot, right? And I can attest personally to the fact that meditation and priming have been fundamental factors, to the success that I've been able to achieve really at this point, right? Waking up early and, setting your goals, reading, all of this really tied together into the formula that has worked for me, right? So taking the time to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on meditation, right? If you don't know how to meditate, go on Google. There's applications like Headspace or Calm. None of these videos are sponsored by any of them, but these are applications that have helped me a lot, right? And just taking the time to clear your mind, letting it relax, really will go a long way, right? Priming is another thing that we're not going to get to in the video a lot, but do your research on YouTube. There's a lot of information on priming, right? Which is just the fact that you stay in your seat, you raise your hands, or you start to think, of positive things, of things that you envision yourself, out in the future, which really, again, will go a long way to making sure that you set up your day for success. And if you do these habits continually, you'll see a huge change in your life. The fifth millionaire habit, which is the last one, and we'll wrap it up, is just being positive, right? Having a positive outlook on things in life in general will really change the way that you find happiness and fulfillment within your life, right? So this goes hand in hand with meditation and priming, but just having a positive outlook on things, understanding that not everything is in your control, trying to have the most optimistic standpoint on even negative situation really will go a long way, right? I'm not of the mindset that if you can't change it, leave it alone. I just, try to envision, positive things as, I'm going through tough times, or positive things just in general, right? There's a lot of different things like the law of attraction. So I found out, personally, the bad way that if you think negatively of a lot of things, you'll start to attract those things, right? Now, I don't want this video to go all crazy, right? But just, taking the time to just be positive will really bring you a lot of fulfillment and happiness within your life, right? So here are my five millionaire habits that really have changed my life. Again, number one is waking up early will completely change your day. Number two, setting up goals and making sure that you stick to them, right? Again, this works for me very well on a daily routine. I do this, in a written journal, and I have my goals and my deliverables set, for that particular year or whatever it is that I'm working on, right? The third one, like I said, is reading, right? There's a lot of different topics that you can get into. It doesn't have to be as arid or as boring as you might think that it can be. And, one of the things that I'll leave off here is that on the reading standpoint, if you don't like to actually read the text, go to Audible, right? And you can start to listen to some of these books, which again, the repertoire of information is fantastic. You can speed it up while you work out, while you're on your way to your car. The important thing is just having that wisdom and continuing to learn, right? The fourth millionaire habit is meditation and priming. Again, I can't stress how important this has been for my life. I think a lot of the wellness and just general mental health and just physical health has really improved since I started to do this. And again, the fifth thing, which we just mentioned, is just positive outlook on different things. I think that all of these items are not necessarily prioritized on my list, but all of them in conjunction have really had a very long-standing and truly positive outlook and have provided fantastic experiences throughout my life. Right? So this being said, I would really appreciate if you guys would take a moment to like the video. Make sure you subscribe. It's a brand new channel. So again, I do read all of the comments that you guys leave. If you guys would like to cover, if you guys would like for me to cover something different or anything of the case, make sure you leave a comment down below. And I would really appreciate to see you guys back here again. Thanks.